What is up, my viewers? Spang here with something a little different. It is a World of Tanks gameplay commentary, as per usual, but this time you'll notice I'm in my artillery, and if you take a look at the tiers, this is not a random battle. This is a special battle. This is battle for territory. This is pretty much the point of clans and World of Tanks. Now, this is an older gameplay, very much older gameplay. A lot of the members here really aren't with the clan anymore, and there's been a lot of changes in our strategies, and with the patches don't expect this much from me, okay? Because I'm not going to be uploading our clan's games and showing off our strategies and basically screwing over my clan to basically by putting our strategies out there and giving enemy clans who might happen to find this channel a heads up. So, like I said, just because this is so old, it's not really relevant anymore. We don't use a lot of the same strategies. We don't have a lot of the same people. So, really, yes. Okay, so, something a little different. Let's get to it. As you can see, driving my GW Tiger, we've brought 3 arty, they've brought 3 arty. This, as you can tell, this is before one of the major patches, which makes the, now the enemy teams are not visible to you. You have to spot them. So, very big change, very much changes the dynamic of the gameplay. As you can see, we've got a significant force heading town and a significant force heading valley, and we posted up our T-28 in the center. Now, it is pretty important to have at least one tank go center, if for nothing else, to stop rushes of medium tanks and scouts, or to give you a heads up in the very least. So, really, that's kind of ideal. We've got 3 arty significantly spread out across the map. I've got a couple AP shells loaded, but I typically do not use those because, well, it's like trying to hit a bullet with a bullet, I guess. It's not that likely. AP shells do not miss. I wish. They do not hit that often with high tier arty. And if they do, chances are they will bounce or track or critical and not do any damage. So Hill seems to be going very good. Our guys wanted to wait for them to come, because really that gives us the advantage. Their team was bold enough to push. I mean, that's their own fault. Here they've got 2 E100s back to back. I get hit by a random arty shot because they saw the little bit of destruction I did and made a deduction I was there. Luckily, I avoid getting killed before I fire a single shot. That would have been really unfortunate, to say the least. Those 2 E100s back to back in the town seem to be doing a good job. However, we were able to kill an E100 and IS-7 that were trying to push our valley. They got up on that hill, didn't really think, I guess they thought they could push it despite how much tanks we have over there, and that was their stupid mistake, in my opinion. I fire a shot, kill that E100. Now I know arty is looking for me, so I'm just shooting and moving. I mean, that's what you gotta do. You gotta shoot and scoot if arty is arty hunting. So I'm trying to get a shot on the C100. Don't really have a shot. I'm trying to see if I have shots on either of these guys, T95 and E100, working in tandem. That's a very powerful combination. Both have a lot of armor. Both have a lot of firepower. It's not something you just take lightly. Our team playing very cautiously, we don't get ahead of ourselves. If we have a lead, we don't get reckless. We like to play smart. So, despite having a 4-tank lead, our team in the town is still playing very carefully, and they aren't just blitzing everything. So we managed to take out that other E100 that was at that building. Now all that's left is to push around that corner. We still got a significant force in both town and valley. Our guys in valley do not really want to push that hill quite yet. I'm thinking I'm going to go support valley, but then they're basically telling me, no, we want you to keep supporting the southeast. So, with that in mind, I'm going to basically reposition myself, and oh man, the turning rate on the E100. I mean, E100? What am I talking about? GW Tiger, I'm tired. Give me a break. It is currently 3 o'clock in the morning. Yes, I'm trying to get this out of the way. This is my last old gameplay commentary. After this, it'll all be new stuff. Oh, here, as you can see, look up in the upper left-hand corner, 999. I got the lag spike, and I had no control over my vehicle. This was very frustrating. Yeah, so luckily that doesn't happen too much anymore. Circumstances are now very different in my living situation, but you guys don't really care about that. Anyway, now that I've regained control of my tank, I am going to continue to reposition myself to aim down in the southeast. As you can tell, we haven't really lost anyone yet. Actually, we haven't lost a single tank. But our guys in the southeast don't want to push that E100 and T95, because if they push around that corner and they push too hard, artillery will take them out. So, in my opinion, we've got time to kill still. There's no reason to be reckless and push with everything we've got. So we are still playing it smart, and we are still playing it conservatively. And that's what you got to do sometimes in Clan Wars. I mean, we've been known to be crazy too. There's been rounds where we've taken nothing but fast-moving mediums, waited a good 2-3 minutes, and then just blitzed all one side and captured a base. And we've done that against teams significantly more higher tier and heavily armored than us with success. Also with great failure. It's kind of a all-in shock and awe tactic. It really depends on the enemy team not expecting it in any sense of the manner, and also them not being basically being caught enough off guard to where they cannot get enough tanks back to base to stop you from capturing it. So we just lost 2 tanks, both in the city. I believe one was in the city, I know that much. And here I'm repositioning to the northeast side to get better shots. Joining my clan leader dispatcher over here. Again, if you have a high tier tank, I shouldn't say that. If you want to be part of a team, and you are a good team player, and you've got a good attitude, a good sense of humor, and you just want to have fun, but also you can be serious enough to play clan battles and take orders enough to do what we want you to do and play as a team, then why not just send us an application? I mean, you can find the clans on the world. Just search World of Tanks clans, and then search Steel Vipers Tiger Division, or SVTD. That is Sierra Tango Victor Delta. So no confusion there. And send us an application, and it helps to have a high tier tank, but at the same time, we've been known to take people with low tier tanks as long as they get on TeamSpeak 3. You have to have TeamSpeak 3. That is a must. And if you're a good team player with a good attitude, we will be glad to have you on board. But anyway, as you can see, town is falling apart right now. It's not really looking too good. So now town is playing it very conservatively. We had some guys sneak up around around us. I think we had a flanking movement. It looks like. I could be mistaken though. I mean, you guys probably saw it. Yeah, they pushed and they got hit hard. That T95 is still alive. We've got 2 tanks left in town. Our TD, we're telling him to push up, but we're also saying we need to push Valley. And we killed one of their arty. As you saw, he was in the lower, he was in the J, right on that JK crosshair in between 1 and 2. So we got one of their artillery down. They don't have the highest tier arty. We have much heavier arty than they do. Our team is a bit heavier in general than theirs, but I would still say it's pretty even. Those artillery pieces, those are Russian, and they hit harder than the highest Russian artillery, because the highest Russian artillery has 1700 damage. Those have 1750, so they are still pretty hard. They still hurt, basically, is what I'm getting at. So this match is still pretty even. It's still anyone's game, really, which is why we are still playing very cautiously. We really want to push Valley, but at the same time, we can't really afford to. See, we just lost one of our IS-7s. We're sending our medium, since he has the speed to get over there, to support town and give them a little extra backup. Dispatcher, he's moving up, getting himself in an unusual arty position, but he knows he's safe. It's very unlikely that anything bad would happen to him. Here, I'm going to try to kill this artillery piece. I'm waiting for the best shot. That's what I do. I'm a very patient man. I wait for the best shot possible, and I miss. I'm pretty sure that was even outside the targeting circle. So I don't know what the point of a targeting circle is if your shell doesn't even land in it. Anyway, that's the downside to higher tier arty. You are less accurate, but your shells hurt a lot more. Still, I don't play my artillery too much ever since getting my GW Tiger. I am still working towards the Type E slowly but surely, but it is not a priority at all at the moment. My current priority is an IS-4. Here we go, dispatcher trying to get a shot on those that T-95 and that E-100. I killed the S-51 because he didn't really move. I mean, he basically didn't shake me off his trail. He should have been paying a bit more attention. However, I'm glad he didn't. That's a kill for me. So we're, again, up by 2 tanks. It's still very close. That T-95 is being quite the little nuisance, to say the least. Artillery can't support, and really, our E-100s can't get through his front armor. And our guys don't want to expose themselves to 2 750 damage guns. Now, I'm saying to my TD, hey, I've got your back. If you push up and you spot someone around that corner and they want to come after you, I can support. So we will be sending that TD down the center here very shortly. We're pushing town. We're pushing valley is what I meant to say, because we know their TD is over in the southeast and he will not be causing us problems up on the hills. Where TDs like to watch the valley. We pretty much know valley is their weakest point and it's our strongest point, so we're pushing it. Now's the point that I mentioned earlier, that TD is pushing up the center, because right now we're trying to do an assault on all fronts, coordinate our efforts, kind of this universal front movement to hit them from multiple locations, so they have to kind of divide their focus. Now, it also divides up our efforts too, but I mean, really, it's what you have to do. You have to get multiple angles on your opponent and force them to focus on multiple fronts at once. Otherwise, it makes it very easy to defend. And as you've seen this entire game, they've been playing pretty defensive. I mean, they had that little push in the beginning, but besides that, they've been very defensive. You saw a little while ago, I got a splash on the E-50. I was really hoping for a direct hit. My crew seems to be less than performing. Yeah, they're doing less than what I would love for them to do, which is hit where I shoot, please. But it's kind of the curse of Artie. You're inherently inaccurate. Splash is your best friend, and for the moment, I see our TDs pushing up. I tell him I'm focusing on killing Artie right now, but he knows that. He's confident he can take an E-50, but he's not so confident he can take that Patton too. So he's probably gonna, if I recall correctly, he gets hit hard. There we go. Got their last artillery piece because I was in position to. I'm sure dispatcher was as well, but he was focused on other things at the moment. Now I'm looking for what shots I have. I'm seeing if I can hit that Patton. Not quite. Now I'm focusing on the E-100, and I'm telling my buddy, hey, you've got an E-100, you got an E-50 right on your tank's right side. Pay attention. He's like, oh, sorry, I didn't even see him. And so he's taking hits from both sides, but he basically deems the E-50 the bigger threat. I'm like, good job tracking him. I'm reloaded. I will avenge you, my friend. Avenge me! And I do. So I'm up to 4 kills. I'm doing a stellar job this clan war, and I am loving my day. I'm going to try to get a kill on this Patton, but damn that long reload time. However, it looks like I won't be necessary to kill him. He is quite doomed. But as you can see, the reason we pushed is because we recognize the time crunch here. It is getting down to the wire. It's basically only 1:30 left, and if this draws, we lose. So it's basically up to us to push and take them out. All they have left is that same team that has been hanging us up for so long in the southeast corner, the T-95 and that E-100. So what do? We're trying to get a 2-front approach, you know, basically come at them from both sides. That T-95, I'm sorry, I misspoke. I recalled completely incorrectly. We are not focused on pushing them at all. We are completely focused on capturing their base, because at that point we see that as our only opportunity to win. Now, they aren't too happy with that idea, so they're going to do everything they can to basically stop us. Doing the stack up here, E-100 firing over the T-95, you know, using the T-95 to shield the E-100 soft underbelly. T-95 taken out by me. That was a 1 in a million shot. I had the slightest chance of hitting him, and my tank crew, despite not being able to hit basically hit where I wanted them to all game, come through and take him out. So 5 kills for me this round. I did not want that T-95 to get one hit. one more shot off, because that's one more point we can have to capture. 10 seconds left. We capture the base, and that is that. We basically win it with 5 seconds left. So very, very close round. Very good match for me. Managed to get quite a decent amount of experience. Glad that was my double. Decent amount of credits. Damaged 5. I'm sorry, destroyed 5. Damaged 1. So battle heroes. Frogman got Invader, and Sniper went to one of the men on their team. So very close game. That was very uncomfortable. We weren't quite sure we were going to win it, but in the end, we did prove to be the better team, if only just barely. They definitely put up a good fight. Anyway, like I said, this is kind of... Don't expect any clan wars, really. This match was just so old. I felt comfortable putting it up. But anyway, if you like this video, if you like my commentary, hit that like button. I mean, kind of self-explanatory, right? If you want to see more, subscribe, and Spang, signing.